Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Clappy 1984 and today we're going to be talking about balancing the air vehicles for Battlefield 4. Now the reason I want to discuss this is obviously there's been a lot of controversy and ongoing debates regarding the air vehicles in Battlefield 3. A lot of people don't like the jets, they find them unbalanced and find them hard to play against, and are hoping and praying that they're not in Battlefield 4. So this is what we're going to do, we're going to discuss it. I want to hear your views. As always, let me know in the comment section down below what you think, and let's see if we can come to a conclusion for DICE on how this should work. So before I say what I've got to say, first of all I'd like to say I would have loved to have brought you some really decent airplay video today, some decent playing a jet, but since my switch over to PC it's just not happening. I was very good on console, well I would say I was decent on console, but unfortunately it's just not happening for me on PC at the moment, so unfortunately we're going to have to stick with some Metro. So anyway, my view on this situation is, it's quite a simple one to be honest with you. I enjoy the air vehicles in Battlefield 3, it definitely adds a different aspect that the other first person shooters don't have, and it gives you something else to think if you're an infantry player. Looking at it from a pilot's point of view or an air vehicle point of view, things aren't great at the moment. I mean, if you're an attack chopper player, the pilot, your role is strictly to make sure you are getting in positions for your gunner to go to work. Unfortunately, the rocket pods are pretty useless on the choppers at the moment. They do practically nothing on infantry and ground vehicles. So you literally, if you are the pilot, you need to make sure you're doing your job correctly by getting into position and positioning you well for your gunner to go to tank. So this is something that isn't right, I believe. I think definitely the vehicles, the air vehicles and the choppers in particular, need to be a lot more powerful on ground targets. Obviously this is going to bring up the old added debate about balance, and this is what we're here to do, this is what we're going to discuss. And it is a tricky one, so I really don't have no qualms with DICE taking their time and literally taking 3-4 patches to get the air vehicles to what they consider right. It is incredibly hard to balance, and personally I wouldn't like the job of doing it. That's why it's easy for us to sit here and discuss it. So not by any way are we trying to have a crack here at DICE and belittle them, because this is generally a hard thing to balance. So as far as I'm concerned, the choppers are just literally awful. It takes a lot, it takes a really good pilot to be really effective, and they just tend to, their only effective ability is perhaps taking on other choppers. So you've got a bit of a chopper warfare going on. Other than that, the choppers are technically, the attack choppers anyway, are technically kind of useless. So now moving on to the jets, these are the things that the most people appear to have issues with as far as I'm concerned when it comes to Battlefield 4. A lot of people don't like the jets in Battlefield 3. I don't quite know why this is. Personally, anything that's got such a steep learning curve to it like the jets, I think is a great idea. I can take my hat off, I can tip my hat to any great jet pilot. It's something that I consider a skill, and anyone that's good at it, even if they're owning me, yeah, as frustrating as it may be, but I can always turn around and say, do you know what, fair play to him, because it takes a lot of learning. Good idea. Now, it does become frustrating when jets start taking on ground targets, but this is the thing you need to consider. Shouldn't your jets be up there to take on their jets? So really, if the jets are attacking the ground targets, then this is only down to the fault of your own jet pilots, which, let's face it, in public servers 90% of the time isn't going to be your fault, as anyone will jump in a jet and try and have a go, and unfortunately for most people it doesn't go very well. So my simple solution is that perhaps the guns on the jet should be less damaging to infantry, and then that way it would stop jet pilots being so keen to come down and attack the ground targets and concentrate more on the air vehicles. For everyone that knows who has played in jets, it is an absolute skill, and even being involved in a dogfight when you're looping, breaking the loop, braking to get behind another player is something that takes a hell of a lot of skill, and it's a thing of beauty to watch at times. So it's not something that I would want them to take away from Battlefield 4, because then as far as I'm concerned you'd just be making a less better version of Battlefield 3. So where do you stand guys on the jets and their vehicles in general in Battlefield 4? Would you like to see them? Would you like to see altercations? If so, just let me know. As always, I'm definitely interested to see what you guys say. It is definitely a debate that will go on until the release of the game, and probably a lot long after. Personally, as far as I'm concerned, the jets, the air vehicles, is what makes Battlefield 3 Battlefield 3. It's what separates it from the rest. It's that one adage, that one thing that everyone that plays, let's just say other FPSs, the one thing they probably crave the most is the vehicles that we have in Battlefield 4. So as far as I'm concerned, if it goes, it is going to be a massive letdown as far as I'm concerned for Battlefield 4. And I don't know, I generally would be pissed off if they got rid of the jets for Battlefield 4. But anyway, guys, as always, I'm rattling on. I would love to hear your views and opinions in the comment section down below, and I will make sure I check every single comment and reply to you. Cheers, guys. I'm out.
It's even worse when you see